you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This is an incredibly exciting day for me, and one that I can promise you I will never forget. Today I'm going to ask you to join together and create a new future in some ways that will be a little bit difficult, but that embraces the spirit of the American injunction to go west, because that's where we are. The revenue sources for great universities will be different, and I will ask you to explore, develop, and expand these opportunities. While the budgetary events beginning in 2007 and 2008 were catastrophic, they are now a part of history. Like a deep-sea volcano, these events can be catalytic, venting, brewing, stewing, and spewing up nutrients, the building blocks for new land and new life. Out of that turbulence, we can and will become a 21st century university that not only attracts the best and brightest students, faculty, and staff, and partners, but also attracts visitors from around the world to see how we are doing it. And part of this success will be modeling change by disrupting the past as an ongoing process of creating the 22nd century university. My first action request is to the Board of Regents, faculty, and staff that you reject our conventional definitions of the community of composers in this ensemble. Invite new partners into the mix. Break molds. Create new improvisational universities. I promise it will make you and me uncomfortable, and we may need to be very different to build new laws and structures to make this possible. But this will be our future, or there will be no future. As we work to ensure the success of our two medical schools, Governor Brewer and others here today, we could join together in advocating for a new federal policy that would permit eligible states to seek waivers to the federal cap on residency slots through Medicare, with the goal of enabling Arizona's access to federal funding support for an increased number of GME positions. 75% of Arizona medical school graduates who complete a residency here in Arizona stay in the state to practice medicine, but only 28% of our graduates who complete their graduate medical education elsewhere ever return to Arizona. We could lead the nation by jointly developing support, identifying local champions in other affected states, and coordinating with sister institutions in states facing similar challenges. My second call to action is for the faculty of the University of Arizona to redesign the reward system for faculty, specifically including in promotion and tenure provisions for every field that regularly recognize integration and application, as well as basic discovery and creative work. We will further strive to advance our cross-cutting innovations in the nature of human knowledge. Knowledge is organized in categories invented by humans. We designed it, we can redesign it. The University of Arizona has the cultural, physical, and virtual infrastructure that will advance innovation in education, research, and community and global impact. Rather than struggle to preserve what is for the sake of or in the attempt to show respect for the past and present, we should embrace disruption and opportunism. We are a community of multiple communities, and our commitment to knowledge must be equally diverse and complex. We must be accessible to increasingly diverse students and prepare students for the global marketplace and an interconnected society where professional and personal interactions take place amidst myriad communications and communities of difference. We must continue to improve on our tradition of strong diversity among the people of the University of Arizona with a renewed commitment moving forward. Therefore, my third call to action to you this afternoon is that together we build on the University of Arizona's strength in diverse perspective on knowledge, culture, art, and transdisciplinary work. We must further redesign the university to avoid isolation and continuous pressure to specialize in ever-narrowing disciplines. We must embrace the ways of knowing embodied in our Bio 5 and our Confluence Center efforts. And we must find ways to organize our financial incentives to reward rather than penalize the collaboration necessary for these efforts to prosper. Every faculty and staff member at the University of Arizona must be a partner in ensuring that each student benefits from the University of Arizona experience. In our planning processes this fall, the Arizona experience has repeatedly loomed large in the discussion. What this means is ours to design, but our fourth pledge to action is that no student at the University of Arizona will leave here without an engagement experience, one that deeply and personally integrates and applies the knowledge she or he is working to master. We pledge to produce graduates who are global citizens with the knowledge, skills, and desires to engage a global society. Engaged leaders who design and lead the future of their communities and their world. We will measure our success by support for our research contributions, for our contribution to graduate education, for our growth in new ideas integrated and applied to new enterprises, and by our faculty's recognition by their peers in scholarship and creative work as we assess our impact on society. In harmony with my first call to action, then, my fifth request this afternoon for all of us is to expand our comfort zone and, while preserving our values, invite new resources into the university in support of creative and research work, recognizing that our new partners will expect integration and application, such as I talked about earlier, as a given outcome of their participation. We will have to build on strong integration with other groups and institutions, forge multiple new avenues of engagement. And so, my sixth call to action is that we intensify our efforts so as to redefine our land-grant mission through partnership relationships with communities and industry and via innovative programs. These programs will mimic the impact of the Agricultural Experiment Station in designing processes that lead to the discovery of new knowledge in all human endeavors, and they will disseminate our work through multiple means that mimic the role of the Extension Service in integration and application of that knowledge. We will dramatically increase and capitalize on our local roots and global impact in our scholarship, research, and creative work in order to solidify our position as one of the world's primary solution-driven universities. We must aggressively broaden substantive relationships with scholars, institutions, private enterprises, and governments abroad. My enthusiasm and appetite for the opportunities before us are huge. How often do great universities, I call upon you to commit yourselves to the University of Arizona in new ways, for you will never know just how far the gift of your influence will reach. And as we love and forever treasure the diversity of thinking and knowing nurtured in our past, let us use what riches we have to shape the future and ask ourselves, what will our conduct produce? The outcome will measure as we embrace the risk it took to blossom.